Oh, hello. So today I did finish up my, let me get it out of the way, my TBR, which means it's time to pick a new one. I have not built the book wall yet. So that just meant I got to pick a bunch more, which mostly just meant I ripped open a bunch of random bags and picked what looked interesting out of them. I will be building the book wall today or tomorrow though. So we'll see how that, probably. Yeah, let's go through. I've got a good chunk here. Some of these were books I'd recently hauled. A lot of them were just randomly grabbed from bags. So first up, I do have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets by J.K. Rowling. I have been collecting these in full-time editions, and if I collect some, every time I buy a book, it goes in the book wall, whether I've read it before or not. So I figured I'd grab one of these, get it read. Then I've got, this is super exciting. I have an arc of the Fragile Threads of Power. I'm filming this on August 16th, so this book is not out yet. Super excited. I actually read Conjuring of Light fairly recently, finishing up the series, and I'm excited. I'm most excited that I got this. I won it from Goodreads. This is a continuation, like a sequel trilogy, I believe, the beginning of a sequel trilogy, for the Dark Shades of Magic series. And I'm very excited. It comes out in September. So if I read this soon, I'll be ahead of the game, which would be great. Be the only time I've read a Goodreads win before it came out. Then I've got the third volume of Given by Natsuki Kizu. Love this series. I think it's super cute. It's honestly one of the best BL series. If not, no, it is the best BL series I've ever read. It is one of the best manga series I've ever read. So I'm excited to keep on going with that. It follows this band, and one day the guitarist of the band, it gets his lunch nap spot has been taken over by this guy who wants him to fix his guitar, and it's very sad, and it's very cute, and it's very good. I'm excited to keep on going with it. Next, I've got Boys in the Valley by Philip Fracassi. I don't know anything about this book except for that's a new horror novel. It came out very, very recently, and it has been compared to Lord of the Flies. On the inside flap, it says, a gothic, gory Lord of the Flies, horror readers will be hooked. And if there's a way to get me to want to read a book, it's to compare it to Lord of the Flies, because I love Lord of the Flies more than life itself. So I'm excited for this. I think it should be really fun. I love this cover. He's got a knife. Look at him go. I believe this is about an orphanage, and I think, what happens here? Yeah, ooh. Got occult symbols. Fun. Yeah. Looks super fun. Then I've got, I don't actually remember if I read this one, but this is a series that I loved as a kid. I thought the main character was so cool, the coolest person ever, and that is Sammy Keys in The Hollywood Mummy by Gwendolyn Van Dranen. Sammy Keys was the coolest, she was so cool. She wore Converse, she skateboarded. I wanted to be Sammy Keys so badly when I was younger. I don't know if I have this one. I don't think I do. So I have been collecting them and keeping them, because they were just some of my favorites. They're like mystery stories, and Sammy Keys is so cool. So yeah, I'm excited to read this one. I don't know what it's about. I'm assuming some kind of mummy Hollywood thing, but it'll be fun. Next, I have a couple more books I won from Goodreads. First up is Everybody's Favorite by Lillian Stone. This actually came out very recently. It came out in July of 2023. This is a memoir, I believe. I think so. It's very short. It is, yeah, Everybody's Favorite, Tales from the World's Worst Perfectionist by Lillian Stone. So we'll see. I grabbed it because it was very short. It seemed like it would be a very quick read. So yeah, I've got that. Then I've got another book on from Goodreads, as Amina's Voice by Hannah Khan. This actually, I won the second book in an arc, and it came with the first one, which was very nice, because I didn't own the first one. But I believe this is a middle grade novel, children's middle grade. Okay, about a girl trying to kind of fit in, kind of your typical middle grade situation. But yeah, should be a good time. Then I have another manga. This is the first volume of Durarara. This is technically a reread. I read it so long ago though, I don't even know if it's on Goodreads. But it's this is a very, very fun. This anime was real big when I was in high school and just starting to get into anime. And it's just a while. It's about, I think the base plot is about this kind of gang warfare, but also the fact that we've got the Black Rider and she's looking for her head, and we got this creep and he's in love with the head. It's the same head. And this creep and she's in love with her brother, and this creep who's a star. Everybody's kind of a creep in this series, honestly. But it's super fun, so I'm excited to reread. Next, I have A Certain Hunger by Chelsea G. Summers, and this is one of the major cannibalism books that have come out recently. It came out in 2020, I believe. Is about like a food critic who becomes a cannibal, which should be fun. I love a good cannibalism book. I do. Cannibalism is a fun time. So that'll be a good time. Then I've got Elevation by Stephen King. And when I ripped open the bag and I saw that there was one of the Stephen King books that I hadn't read in there, I just grabbed it, especially since it's one of the little ones. It's a novella. I've heard weird things about this one. I don't think people like this one very much. It does take place in Castle Rock, which is exciting. But we'll see. Oh, we'll see how it goes. It's very short. It's very tiny. It's just a little guy. And this will knock off. I've been really slacking on reading the new Stephen King books lately. I don't think, what's the last new Stephen King book I read? Was it The Outsider? No. If It Bleeds. It was If It Bleeds. That was the last new Stephen King book that I read. I haven't read, Fairy Tale or anything yet. I own them. I own all the new Stephen King books, but I have not read any of them. But this will be knocking one off my list. I'm letting the list grow, because I was down to like 4, but then I haven't read any of the new ones that have come out, so I'll read this. Next, I've got Into the Fire by Richard Lehman, and I don't know what this is about. I just ripped open the bag and saw Richard Lehman, so let's read the back here. Pretty young Pamela was a very happy newlywed with a loving husband and a beautiful home. But that all changed the night Rodney broke in. God, fucking Rodney. He's been obsessed with Pamela since high school, and now he intends to make her his slave for life. He thinks he'll be alone when he drives her out to the blazing desert, but someone else is out there too. Someone with a gun. Pamela hoped her nightmare was over when Rodney was shot, but something about her rescuer isn't quite right. Maybe it's the way he dropped Rodney's body in a pit, like he'd done it before. Maybe it's the bus he's driving, with only mannequins for passengers. That might be it. I'm not going to say. The mannequins might be it. One thing is certain, she won't be prepared for what she'll find when he drives her to a tiny, isolated town baking in the desert sun. A town with very odd customers and a unique way of welcoming strangers. This is going to be a riot, I can already tell. Oh my god. Okay. Then I've got The Vampire's Assistant by Darren Shan. This is the second book in the Cirque du Freak. I read the first book, I think it was this year. It's either this year or last year. It was pretty, meh, but I have books 1 through 5. So when I ripped it open, I saw book 2 and I was like, I might as well. And kind of the same thing happened with this next one here. The third book in these, All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's like, I just read book 2, and if I can just knock this series out, that would be for the best. So this is book 3. I read the first couple books. They're fun. They're fine. I enjoy them. They're a good time. They're cute little YA contemporaries. I don't know if you have survived on the book Sphere without knowing what these are about. But they're about this girl who is just cripplingly shy, and whenever she has a crush on somebody, she writes them a letter, and for some godforsaken reason addresses it and puts it in a hat box, and then one day all the letters get sent out. And it's just kind of that just makes for a good rom-com. So I will be finishing this up. One day I'll watch the movies, who knows. And then I've got a reread. It's a Stephen King reread. It is Wolves of the Kala in this beautiful thick hardcover. I've been getting picky about what books I keep, like what editions, and I would love to have The Dark Tower all in hardcover. Right now, I have the first 3 in tall paperbacks, but if I find them in a hardcover, if I have them in hardcover in the book, well, I don't even know what I have anymore. I will be switching them out. But this one I do have in hardcover. I love the Dark Tower series. I've reread it in its entirety, straight, first to last, a couple times. But I've reread various books multiple times. Book 1 I've read a million times, and book 2, and book 3. After book 3, though, I kind of drop off. I think I've only read this book in when I've been reading the entire series. But these are the editions with like the illustrations and stuff. So it should be a good time. And then finally, I have The Unraveling of Cassidy Holmes by Alyssa R. Sloan, which I believe is like a musician thing. I believe she was like a pop star. Yeah, she was a pop star. And she's dead. Oh, what the hell? Different timelines, different perspectives, giant print, my god. Should be a good time. But yeah, that is my upcoming TBR. I don't know how long it's going to take me. I'm pretty sure I made the last one at the beginning of August. And it's only been 2 weeks. So this might be a 2-week TBR, but school's going to start next week, so probably not. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, that is all for today. I'll talk to you later, and goodbye.